painting's pretty safe these days, but it didn't always used to be that way. Back in the good old days, if you were an artist, you had colors to work with such as, well, mercury-based ones, and a lot of lead-based ones, and a lot of arsenic-based ones, too. But these days, thankfully, all we have to deal with are cobalts, cadmiums, and, well, still a little bit of lead, but nowhere near as much as we used to. Look at my palette. Can you spot the toxic colors? Of course not! Maybe a few hundred years ago you could have, but modern chemistry's given us a lot to choose from. Just check out these colors I got in here. There are 13 colors I have on my oil palette, and 6 of them are toxic, so these 4 right here are a little toxic, and these 2 over here are a little toxic. But the rest of them are completely non-toxic. And on my palette it looks like this. These 4 are a little toxic, and these 2 down here are a little toxic. I don't have to use these colors, there's alternatives available, but I do use them, so it begs the question, why do I use them? One is permanence, meaning that if I use the colors, they're going to last a long time without fading or darkening or anything like that. Another reason is handling, meaning they mix with certain colors a certain way, or the paint goes on the way I like it, or it has a certain appearance that the alternatives don't have, or there's color appearance, meaning that I like the way it looks as opposed to other colors that are like it, or I like the tinting strength of the color, meaning that it's not too strong and it's not too weak. To me, the pros of these colors outweighs their toxicity. The point is, it's important to know about your colors so you and your paintings can stay safe. Today I'd like to look at what I think are the 5 most popular toxic colors. Don't get too excited though, because only a few of these are really going to be all that toxic. Anyway, bring 'em on! Number 1, Nicolaso Yellow. All hail the greatest yellow in all of yellowdom.
My name's Quinacrino Gold, and I disagree. I'm clearly the greatest yellow in all of yellowdom.
Well, you're also non-toxic, so why don't you shut up and hit the road?
Fine, have it your way. I'm out of here.
Wait, baby, don't go. I need you. I'm so sorry. I'll never hurt you again. Oh, you're so beautiful. Oh, you're good too, but you're so beautiful, and I love you, and I can't live without you. You're so good for flesh tones and everything. Oh. Do you think we could get back on track, please? We got 4 other colors to do today besides this one. You do it. Fine. Roll the footage. Nicolaso Yellow is a transparent, non-granulating, moderately staining, high-tinting orange yellow. But he's made from nickel, so he's poisonous in obnoxious amounts. Remember that episode of Family Guy where Peter ate all those nickels? Oh! I can't see! Ah! Yeah, that's not gonna happen. Peter had a long-term exposure to a high dose of nickel. What's more likely to happen to you is skin irritation, because nickel is one of the leading causes of contact dermatitis. Number 2, Veridian, made from hydrated oxide of chromium. Veridian is a transparent, granulating, low-staining, low-tinting blue-green. Oh, Veridian, I don't care how weak you are. You're a beautiful green. You're my green. You're the best green. And I love you. And she's stubborn. Hey, it's time to get to work.
I don't wanna.
Well, too bad. Jeez. For being hydrated oxide of chromium, she's sure resistant to re-wetting.
Don't you criticize me!
Well, assert yourself! You're hydrated and you don't even work well with watercolor! Chromium is also one of the leading causes of contact dermatitis.
Number 3!
Cerulean Blue, made from oxides of cobalt and tin. He's an opaque, granulating, low-staining, low-tinting cyan. Of all the cobalt colors, I'd wager he's the most popular because he's more different from ultramarine than Cobalt Blue is, and Cerulean Blue is pretty popular for flesh tone mixes. Yes, he's a thick blue, aching for the flesh tones. He's a wee reluctant to re-wet, but compared to Veridian, he's an Olympic swimmer. Funny enough, cobalt is also one of the leading causes of contact dermatitis. Aside from that, swallowing a large amount of absorbable cobalt is very unlikely. And even if you did, it probably wouldn't be all that dangerous. Although, if you do, it can make you a little sick. Aside from that, if you ingest a large amount of cobalt over a prolonged period of time, it can cause problems such as cardiomyopathy, deafness, nerve problems, tinnitus, thickening of the blood, and thyroid issues.
Number 4!
Cadmium Scarlet, aka Cadmium Selenosulfide. She's a harlot, and that's why Nathaniel Hawthorne gives her an A. And boy, did Hester have a good time wearing it. Cadmium Scarlet is an opaque, slightly granular, lightly staining, and high-tinting orange-red. It re-wets easily, too, so it only takes a light touch to unleash cadmium power. Now get ready, because cadmium is a lot more dangerous than the colors we've already discussed. For one, inhaling cadmium fumes can cause flu-like symptoms. Inhaling cadmium dust can cause kidney damage and respiratory damage. Ingesting cadmium can cause liver and kidney damage. And long-term exposure to cadmium can make your bones soft and weak. If you use cadmium, exercise caution.
Number 5!
Lead white, the most toxic color still available, otherwise known as basic lead carbonate. I thought lead paint was banned. You'd think so, but there's an exception for artist materials here in the US. This one's popular among oil painters. Watercolorists don't use it because it turns black with exposure to the atmosphere. How useless. It's kind of opaque and it dries fast to a flexible paint film, but it also yellows. You're not doing much of a job selling this to me. Well, if you don't like it now, you're definitely not going to like it after you hear about what it does to you. Oh boy. Lead can affect you in all kinds of crazy ways, and it affects your entire body. Some of the things that it can do include memory problems, anemia, pallor, sterilization. It can cause learning disabilities in children. And that's not an exhaustive list. There's so much more it can do. You really have to use caution if you want to use lead paint. And I highly recommend that you don't, honestly. It's much better to use titanium white if you're gonna make a choice of it. Please, if you use lead, be careful. It is dangerous.
The end.
Why are you so angry?
Because it contrasts with your approachable demeanor and escalates the drama power. What if I do it too? Will it make you go away? No, more like this. Oh, I can't compete with that.
Ha! I win!
Well, I gotta put this stuff back on in a couple of minutes because I still got a lot of lead white left to use. Yeesh, I know, right? I also have a lot of pure gum turpentine left, and this helps keep the headaches away. But oil painting mediums are another topic for another time. I hope you liked this video, everybody, and if you did, I'd really appreciate it if you could give it a like, and if you want to subscribe, that's great. I'd love to have you. Or if not, well, that's cool too. I'll be back with another video very soon. Next week, as always. Don't know what it's going to be quite yet, but I'll figure it out, and you can bet it's going to be exciting. Thanks again for watching, everybody. I'll see you soon. Bye-bye now.